It's a little bit cold outside. It's been snowing for a couple of days, so we decided to make some chicken tortilla soup. This is an extremely easy recipe. We're going to show you how to make the tortilla strips and the soup itself. If you like these videos, please take a moment to subscribe and like. We really appreciate it. What I've got a pot here. I've already got it heated, so I've actually put this on about a 6. I want to go ahead and get that a little bit hot. To that, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And I've already diced up 1 medium onion, and I've also diced up 1 jalapeno. To that jalapeno, I have already deseeded it, and I've taken the veins out, but that's where most of your spice is at. So I just kind of want the flavor for right now. If you want to add a little spice, or if you want it spicy, you can always add the seeds in with it. We're also going to add 3 teaspoons of minced garlic. And we're just going to let this cook until we soften our jalapenos and until we soften our onions. Alright, that's been beginning to cook down quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and add some spices to it. What I've got here in this bowl is I've got 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, and then a 1/4 to a 1/2 teaspoon, how much ever you want. I put 1/2 teaspoon of chipotle chili powder. And we'll sit down with our onions. Or garlic. I'm going to just let that cook just for a little bit. It's going to help make those spices bloom a little bit. By bloom, I mean create a little bit extra flavor, kind of like a little toasted flavor almost. Alright, once I've got that in there and it's already started cooking, I'm going to add 1 15-ounce can of black beans, unseasoned. Make sure they're unseasoned, just plain black beans. I've rinsed them off. This is an extremely easy recipe. Basically throwing everything in a pot, and we like that. I've got a can of 15 ounces of whole sweet corn. I've drained that and rinsed it off. I have here a 20-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. Going to give that a nice stir real quick. To show you how cold it's been, I'm going to put up a few pictures along throughout this video showing the pretty sunsets and stuff outside my back window. Usually my mom's when I make these videos, but I've been kind of stuck at home for the past 5 days, so haven't been able to venture to her house. Alright, I am now going to add 2 chicken breasts that are raw. Just going to add that in there. I have another little piece here. I left the fat on it. I don't mind the fat so much. Creates a little extra flavor, and it's going to dissolve anyway over time. Or I'll eat it, one of the two. And then I'm going to add 32 ounces of chicken broth. I'm going to pour half of it on the stove, I think. Now while this is going on, I've got our oven and I've preheated it to 350 degrees. We're going to make some tortilla strips. Now this is a lot of soup, and right now it's just me and my brother. So what I like to do with this soup at the end of the day, what we don't eat, I like to freeze it. Because it's great whenever you come home, take the soup out of the freezer, throw it in the microwave, or stick it in a pot, reheat it, serve it with some grilled cheese. It's perfect. Alright, now I'm going to add 1/4 cup of loosely chopped cilantro. Just going to give this a stir. I'm going to cook this for roughly 20 minutes to 25 minutes. I want to make sure that we get those chicken breasts completely cooked. Alright, like I said, bring this to a boil. What I forgot to mention is I need to bring this to a boil. So we're going to bring it to a boil, and then we're going to let it simmer for at least 25 minutes. My brain isn't functioning very well today. It must be from all that time of doing nothing. 5 full days of doing nothing but hibernating from the snow. Alright, let's make our tortilla strips. Alright, in order to make our tortilla strips, I got some white corn tortillas here. I set the oven at 350 degrees. just going to take these tortillas and I'm going to slice them into little strips. I'm doing all 8 at once. It just seems to me it's a lot easier to cut them all at once than individually. Again, issues with talking apparently today. Alright, I'm now going to take and stick them in our bowl. Now I've got this little bowl here. I love these little bowls. Take a look at it. It's got the little red on the bottom. You can get them in black too, but they're really cool. They don't move. They got the little measurements on the inside. They're pretty great. I've been on this color kick. I got the red there, and I decided to get some sheet pans. It's got the blue, and then I got multicolored measuring spoons and cups. It's like, look at these. They're pretty cool. And they are, I can't get that. And they're heavy as all get out. I mean, look at that. I think they're some of the thickest measuring spoons I've ever had in my entire life. The measuring cup's exactly the same way. Okay, to our, with our tortillas there, we're going to top that with roughly 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now if you want, you could put a pan on the stove, add 1/4 of a cup of oil, and then fry them. But I'm trying to be healthier, which is pretty difficult because I love my French fries and my double cheeseburgers and my pizza. But we've tried to make things, a few healthier recipes here and there. Alright, I'm going to now, I stir that up a little bit. I'm just going to stick these on my sheet pan. I'm going to bake these for roughly 15 minutes. I just want to have a nice little, to become nice and crispy. Alright, I'm going to get these in the oven. My soup is boiling. About 30 minutes or so, we should have a delicious tortilla soup. Alright, I've left it in there for a little bit longer than 25 minutes. I've probably left it in so far for about an hour. Because my chicken breasts were pretty large. I'm going to pull that chicken out onto a cutting board. We left our tortilla strips in the oven for 15 minutes so they got crispy. A couple of them got a little bit too crispy, but it wasn't bad. Alright, now I'm going to take our chicken. I'm going to start pulling that all apart. You want to shred it. Once we get it shredded, we're going to stick it back in the pot. I think I'm going to drink one of those new coffee Coca-Colas. I don't know if anyone else has tried those. If you have, comment below and let me know. Something that's just a little bit different. Of course, it may be horrible. That's okay. The soup's going to be delicious. Right, we'll go ahead and finish frying this up, and we'll stick it in the pot. Alright, we've got our chicken shredded. Ready to take a look there. You can see all the vegetables and stuff. They look delicious. Just going to put that chicken in there. Give that a nice stir. We use about a pound of chicken breast. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but it's about a pound. It was 2 large chicken breast. And then we're going to take 1 lime, and I'm going to squeeze that into our soup. Give that a nice stir. It's just going to help brighten it up, give it a little bit of freshness. The soup smells really good. I think we're going to bowl some up here and dig in. Alright, our soup is done. We're going to take a little ladle here. I've got a really nice big soup bowl here, so you can get a nice big serving. That looks just absolutely amazing. Smells amazing. We're going to top that with some of those homemade tortilla strips that we made. I'm going to put a little bit of fresh cilantro on top. And then I've diced up some avocado. I'm just going to put a little bit of avocado. Onto our soup. And there we have it. Homemade chicken tortilla soup. We hope that you enjoy this recipe.